This journey started with mainly 4 elements of control that we emphasized on as our perspective to manage the transition and settle the company in as Uedcl. One was talent management. The second area of concern was financial sustainability of the institution. The third one, customer service excellence and providing the service that we are supposed to provide. And the fourth perspective was on network availability. How have we done so far on talent management? Because of the requirement of the concession agreement, it was a requirement that at the transfer date, the employees of Umeme will be given an opportunity to join Uedcl. So, as we speak, we have fully integrated all the staff that qualified to loan. And as per our structure, it is now populated up to 96%, an equivalent of 2,601 employees. The 4% based on the structure that's not yet filled, the process are underway to fill them externally, and the adverts went out on the 16th and 19th of June. The recruitment process is ongoing. The second area of talent management lies with integrating the new teams that we've set up to manage the culture and also take members through of the activities. So far across the country, in our 100 offices, the activities for culture change time, the staffs are providing the service. On addition to that, we have another task to implement all the pending connections that we found which were due for connection. By the time we took over, there were pending connections totaling to 127,000. We've deployed materials across the country, and we've subcontracted special technicians. So far on the ground, we have an additional 550 employees, but we come as much as possible. Our analysis has also worked out an extra requirement to add more 400 employees by end of July. So in total, our structure and total number of employees to manage the affair of the distribution sector, plus also having to fulfill the special projects of new connection for the World Bank, ESP project, and here in the Bacaro, will attract a total of 3,600 plus employees. The second area of our focus since we took over is the financial sustainability. Members of the media allow you to update. We manage it to have stability of the vending and billing. Our customers have never realized or experienced any material issue. And our effort, even to collect the postpaid customers, year to date, cash collection is at 104%. That's very good progress for government institution and the distributor in general. Because of that, we are observing and creating a healthy energy sector. You need to appreciate that the distributor is the converter of electronics into cash that we manage the sector, and we manage the sector through paying our bills. The major bill that we are supposed to pay To enhance electrons flowing is the transmission bit. We have 100% paid for bills, and therefore the generators can also be financed. The month of April and the opening balance that was due for us to pay is 220 billion already paid to transmission. That's a big plus. They are available on 24 hours, 7 days a week. Customers can reach us anytime, such that we have service delivered. Additionally, we've teamed up skilled teams and physical plus emotion to make sure that the 24-hour service, both on the call center and the field, are ongoing. That's why in some operations, especially on the major feeders and substations, our teams, they could even work at night with working closely with security. There were 116 transformers. They worked on the month of April, but we've also experienced more transformers giving way, going forward. Why? As you stabilize the backup on, you are overloading the transformer. So what we are doing now, we have started on transformer insertion with a target to insert more than 518 transformers. Our objective is to make sure that people and the population
will stop. Because Uedcl confuses people. Along the way, they turn out to call it UTCL, UEDTCL, so you just call it UED, Uganda Electricity Distributor, UED, but it is Uedcl. I want to take this opportunity first and foremost to thank His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Mwesigwa, who in the first place took a decision that come March 2025, when the concession comes to its natural retirement, the government's company will take over. So that put us in a position to prepare ourselves. Different figures, from figures from our ministry, is because it was a going concern. As the concession was ending, still work was being done, which work we were supposed to pay for. Therefore, it was very difficult to determine the exact amount. Even after the Auditor General's report, there was still work that remember was still working on that required auditing. So the initial audit was done, and by the time of the end of the concession, we knew that we were supposed to pay $118 million to Meme, but that wasn't the full amount. So I want to thank that on the 9th July 2025, the country has not gone in darkness. Sorry for those who have been praying that we go into darkness. Sorry. We've not gone into darkness. We are moving on by supplying power, selling power. He has informed us that they are up to date with Uedcl, because Uedcl, who is the sole purchaser or seller of the electrons, selling to Uedcl to distribute, is not complaining. Uedcl is up to date. They've been able to pay 100% for the power that they have purchased from Uedcl. So the successful execution of Uganda's second generation power sector reforms is demonstrated by the 7 transitions of concessions completed in the distribution segment. They represent a significant turning points in our continuous attempts. And these are: one, to enhance the financial sustainability of the power sector. The Managing Director again expounded on this by informing you the authority we give them to make sure that they borrow money and all that. We need financial sustainability. We need to expand electricity access, especially to underserved communities. Every day, every time, we receive calls from people who are asking for power connection. I have my charge. The reverends call me. Every person who feels that he's underserved just picks a call and calls the minister, the PS, the MD, and we've been encouraging them that we are moving towards them because we are following a mega plan that government came up with in our power distribution.